FBS Independent Defensive Player of the Week is Octavius Terrell, and Offensive Independent Player of the Week is Demetrius Williamson for their contribution to the win in Chapel Hill, sadly. This week we prepare to play our first home game against FCS East, and coming off a big victory in Chapel Hill, this one should be a breeze. Because of that, Mr. Claiborne has decided to pay for everybody to get in free so they can come support their Zebulon Zeros. Welcome everyone to the Zeros Network. I'm Scooter McChevrolet, and we're hoping for the first time that you're not watching this broadcast on air. You're watching it here in person at Five County Stadium. Free admission tonight thanks to Mr. Claiborne, and we're ready to get underway as FCS East is going to kick the ball off to Zebulon. And here we go. Tyler Olson's got the start for the Zeros tonight after his heroic performance to end Game 2 against UNC. He's going to start off here with a dish to McLawler, close to a first down, 2nd and inches coming up. So let's see how Gene Zambini and the boys respond after a really unexpected, heroic W against UNC in enemy territory. Hand off to Tyson here. He's going to try to cut it outside, brings it back up, and Keontae Tyson coming off with a little bit of a limp there. He was kind of questionable going into this game after a late game injury versus UNC. Cameron Teague had to come in and finish the job. But he's going to go off pretty early here as the next handoff is to Strickland, who's got plenty of space. And Strickland tries to make a juke outside, had room in the middle, but tried to fake out that defender coming up towards him. So the Zeros are actually favored to win this game against a less talented FCS East roster. We'll see how they respond and if they can get kind of a dominant victory here in this one. Oh my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, we just got word that Keontae Tyson has torn his Achilles. Man, so early in the season, and now he's going to miss the rest of it, the star player for this offense. Tough. So how do they respond now? 3rd down, Olson's backing up, trying to fire to McLawler, and it is overthrown. And the Zeros are going to have to punt. Feast or famine in that running back room. Wow. Let's see who steps up the rest of the season. FCS East runs that flexbone offense you mainly see from teams like Navy and teams like Air Force. Let's see if it causes this roster any trouble here. So far, forcing a 3rd and 7. Quarterback drops back, trying to find some time, just going to overthrow his man on the outside. They're going to have to punt the ball here on this 4th and 7. Olsen, here's the handoff to Strickland, bouncing outside, getting good yardage, up for about 9 yards, 3rd and 1 coming up. Another handoff coming here. It's Teague. Teague met. Not quite, pushing forward for a first down, 4th and inches. And here Gene Zambini against FCS East coming out to try to pick up this 4th and inches. And Teague will get stuffed. Turning the ball back over to FCS East just like that. 4 and out. Zebulon cannot convert the inches play. 3rd and 13 is what it forces. Finding a man outside, he's just going to step out of bounds. And another 4th down coming up for FCS East. Again, without their star running back, he's out for the season, torn Achilles. Olson's going to have to move it through the air here. Strickland. He's been really solid out the backfield all season already. Really going to get a lot more volume, it seems, from now on. How do you switch up the game plan? Trying to force it into Demetrius Williamson and almost picked off by Anthony Conroy, Mike linebacker out there. Unable to hold on to it. Olson catches a break to Foreman. Foreman's going to hold on to this one. He has been nice with those curl routes. Really good hands. He's developing a reputation for catching all this stuff that's thrown to him out there. Olson, Teague sitting beside him in the backfield. Staying in to block. Olson trying to find some time. And Scooter Page, this one, the out route is going to be money. 1st down. Olson's going to fire it out to McLawler. Nice hands. Comes down with it. Defender draped on his back. Scott McLawler. Big reception right there. Yard away from the red zone. Olsen stepping back again to McLawler again. This time he's popped in the back. Ball comes free, incomplete. Going back to the passing game. Olsen and him and Teague just not on the same page on that one. Olsen thought he was going to sit. Teague started running in between the hash marks. Going to bring up a 4th down. Ian Wales is going to knock it through. So the Zeros take the 3-point lead here. Man in motion. They're going to run with the QB, and he's going to push forward and get extra. Down to the 40, 32-yard line is where he's actually taken down. Going to run that speed option again, and the quarterback taken down again. It's up, and it is through. Like we said, a lot of people here tonight because of the free admission. Mr. Claiborne paid for everybody's tickets. You could just walk right in the door. Page on the bubble route. Going to get some good yardage here, picking up a 1st down. Getting the fans on their feet here in the historic stadium in Zebulon. As it's fired across the middle and picked off. Olsen was under pressure. Anthony Conroy steps in front of it and gives the Judicials the ball back. Oh boy. Judicials past midfield where they start this drive and fires across the middle, picking up a quick 1st down. Man in motion again out the backfield, and the quarterback is going to get taken down again. Kobe Garland stepping up. 2 tackles for loss and a sack in this one so far, bringing up a 3rd and 19 for a wishbone-focused team. This is like 3rd and a mile. Fires it out on the flat. Nothing there. FCS East for the lead here in the 2nd quarter. No, sir. And Zebulon, the interception. Nothing against him as Olsen's going to hand off to Teague. And the first play back. Teague to the 30, the 20, the 10. Nobody's touching him as he goes into the end zone. Touchdown. Zeros. Cameron Teague stepping up. Big spot to fill as the running back won, but that's how you start pouring the cement, young fella. Breaks it off for 65 yards on the scamper. Zebulon back in control, draining the extra point. 10-3. 3rd and 1. Power formation here. Gonna hand it off again to the fullback, and he's drilled. Quick 3rd and 9. Foreman. Nice hands again. Foreman on the curl route. When he gets a one-on-one, just throw it his way. Good stuff from Olsen, having trust in his wide receiver too. Foreman. Strickland. 1st down on the halfback draw. Olsen trying to fire to Foreman across the field, and nice play, undercutting it. Timothy Van. Strong safety, comes up under it, swats it down. 3rd and long, 3rd and 15. Tyler Olsen. Can he show some magic here like he did against UNC? Firing it deep for Teague, and it's going to be off the mark. Swatted down. They're looking to get something big here. They're a team that focuses on the short gains, as this one's going to go for about 13, 14. Not going to be a team that burns you through the air. The handoff here, driven back, and Jarian Love now taking a knee. Keeps it from the fullback, pitch outside, and bad angle. Taken by Jaden Bowie. They're going to pick up another 1st down on this drive. 2nd and 10. Still the wishbone. Men in route, and man open. Can't quite cut up field before stepping out of bounds, but that's a big gain through the air for FCS East. Now at the 6-yard line, threatening to put a touchdown and tie this ball game up. Keeps it. Fires and caught. Touchdown, Judicials. The tight end comes down with it. Good position on the defender, and they're going to knot this game up at 10 apiece. As we get word that Jarian Love, fractured elbow, will also miss the rest of the season. He'll go for further testing. Sometimes this stuff is called a little worse than it actually is. Let's hope that Jarian Love can see the field again. Some man, arguably the best offensive and defensive player are both out in the same game here against FCS East. The home opener. The fans came to see those guys play. That's tough, man. You hate to see it, especially for a guy like Jarian Love, who's a senior. This could be his last. This could have been his last moments in a Zeros uniform. Still plenty of time to turn it around. Zeros trying to get some room. Foreman, another curl route catch. Play clock running down. So is the second quarter timer. Trying to fire it across the page. He shakes off a man off the catch. Gets out of bounds. Big time gain there. Big first down. Play action. Tries to fire across the middle. And Page's diving attempt off his fingertips. It was a good throw by Olsen. He fit it in between two defenders, but that's a tough catch. Page's eyesight, line of vision blocked by those defenders. Made a nice effort at it. Couldn't quite come down with it. Olsen, the play action, and driven into the ground. So a team that doesn't throw the ball a lot now in a under 30-second drill. They're going to hand it off. Looks like they're conceding this half, taking a tie into the locker room, 10-10, and Zebulon now in a situation they've been putting folks recently. Favored going in at home, but they cannot shake the judicials just yet. After what you did in Chapel Hill, it'd be wild to come out and lose at home against an FCS squad. But crazier things, as I've said, crazier things. They're going to meet him on the outside, take him down for a loss of 2. Judicial's forced to punt. Olsen trying to fire deep to Foreman. Caught! Foreman over the shoulder. Dime by Tyler Olsen. And maybe that'll get these guys rolling here in the red zone. 14-yard line. The Zeros, the big chunk play. Now the next play. Olsen trying to find somebody. Williamson gets open across the middle. Caught, and it's a goal-to-go situation. Nice patience from Olsen. Firing kind of across his body, but it's on target. Williamson making a big grab. Now Olsen rolling out, gonna find space and find the end zone. Touchdown, Zeros. As you see him roll out, nobody's touching him. Olsen, sneaky quick, makes it happen. 6 points on the board. Brings up a 3rd and 9 already. Third play of this drive, and they'll find the man out the backfield on the angle route. One of Zambini's favorites, and lucky he stepped out of bounds because he was running through some guys. Nico Solomon down on the field now. It would suck to lose another one. Let's hope it's nothing crazy. Already 2 big losses on the night. Quarterback taken down in the backfield. Back in motion out the backfield. They're going to dish it out to him, and he's dragged down. Alexander Valentine. Great pursuit, great tackle because there was space. Here's Teague with the handoff. Can he break another big one? Teague, oh man, nice move in the middle of the field. Teague again in the backfield alongside Olsen. Olsen through the air, trying to fire to Foreman, and Foreman finally drops a curl route. Throw was a little high, allowed the defender to get under him and just smack him in the back. Ball comes loose, and they'll punt it right back to FCS East. Chase Freeman, the pursuit, brings the quarterback down, and Chase Freeman takeover mode right now. Couple big plays in the last 2 drives, and the defense in control of this game right now. They've been keeping him hemmed in. He had 1 big rush in the first quarter, I believe, but other than that, they've been swallowing, setting the edge really well. Handoff to the fullback, and he almost picks up the 3rd and 12. Going to get 11 on the game. Drive starts at the 36-yard line. They're going to open up with a halfback screen. Looking at Teague in space. He's got room on the outside. Hitting the numbers and dashing towards the 40-yard line. Knocked at the 42. And Cameron Teague making some plays today. Tyler Olsen, put it on him. Nice screenplay. Olsen again to Teague. Curl route out the backfield, and Teague loses the football. That's just sloppy from Teague, trying to reach for that first down stick. Puts the ball in harm's way. Tough, giving it right back to the Judicials. But a nice play here to start this drive. I feel like we have like 20 tackles for loss against this Wishbone team. And here's another one. Going to be the last play of the third quarter, maybe, but a couple injuries on the field. Here's the handoff on a 3rd and long, and the Zeros ain't falling for that. Teague is nearing 100 yards on the ground, really boosted by that 65-yard carry as he's going to find some space here. Another nice juke move to the inside of the field and finding yardage afterwards, and there's over 100 by 18 yards. Handoff now to Teague once more. Gonna bring up a 4th down, 4th and short, and Gene Zambini's gonna keep his guys out there. Wants to keep running some clock. McLawler, ball poked free. He had the cut on the out route, and again, the Zeros cannot convert. It has been a rough offensive game, and again, a lot of that does have to do with the loss of Keontae Tyson. You game plan with a guy all week as this ball is free, and the Zeros are going to get it right back where they just lost it. Oh, man, lucky break there. But, yeah, no Keontae Tyson. You game plan with him all week. He's the focal point of your offense, and you just have to adjust. And here's a Justin. Foreman, deep shot, touchdown! Little underthrown, but Foreman dusted his man off the line so bad. It didn't matter. Zebulon 14-point lead now. Can he get him off the field this quickly? And another sack for this defense. 4 on the night. Kobe Garland. Off that right side, causing some havoc. And forcing a 4th and 19 where they're going to have to go for it desperation time. And a 5th sack to give the ball back. Deshaun Weeks. There you go, baby. Fill your brother's shoes. 3rd and 16. Going to the halfback screen to create some magic. Strickland. Good blocking. Strickland makes a cut outside, and he's not only going to have the first down, he's going to have a touchdown. Off the screenplay, Strickland weaving in and out of traffic. Reminds me of that old game Frogger a little bit. Maybe this was a little faster, but nonetheless, Strickland puts in a touchdown. Another receiving touchdown for him on the year. About 4th and 7, out the wishbone. Zeros get a stop here. That's effectively game over. They'll get more than a stop. They'll get a big loss of yardage on yet another sack. Zeros take over. They can run out this clock. Coming out for the final kneel down. And that's your ball game here at 5 County Stadium. The home opener did not start as intended, but Zebulon in this 4th quarter put up a couple touchdowns and really helped drive this one home. Running away with it late, the Zebulon Zeros get a W in front of their hometown crowd. Tyler Olsen in his first start, nothing crazy, struggled at times through a pick under pressure, but you walk out with a W, so that's what you'll take every time you start a game at quarterback. Man, Cameron Teague came in and had himself a game. Hate to see the circumstances that it occurred in with Keontae Tyson's injury, but you like the future of the running back position for this squad for the rest of the season. Javion Foreman emerging as a star, caught that underthrown ball. He adjusted for it, got the touchdown. Nobody else had a really crazy game. But Foreman was definitely the standout at the wideout spot. The defense really came to play today. Chase Freeman had his best game of the season. 4 tackles for loss, 6 for Kobe Garland, and a handful for a couple others. Man, these guys really just came together and put together a complete ball game on that side of the football. Love to see it. Next week, the first ever edition of the Z Bowl at 5 County Stadium. They're going to zig for the zag. Whatever that means, I don't know. But on the Zeros Network, we'll see you next time.